How's it going, Song of Ice and Fire fans? Grant from EAG Miniatures, or Gravel Fox, as I've signposted my name there, so let's not confuse the situation. Gravel Fox from EAG Miniatures, joining you fresh from the recently finished East Anglian Grand Tournament, EAG T for short, 2025. We are now 3 days past finish day. If finish day is a word, I'm not sure. As you can tell, I'm still pretty burnt out, but I'm doing my best. I'm joined by Dan. How's it going, Dan?
Hello, mate. Yes, all good. I'm just recovered from the weekend. I don't blame you for being burnt out. You guys put on a massive show. Yeah, I'm knackered, let alone you guys. So yeah, good.
That's awesome. Also, would you go home Sunday night, or did you stay the Sunday night?
No, got home Sunday night. Yeah, it wasn't too far, an hour and a half. So it's quite nice to go home and tell my missus everything for her to ignore me.
Be
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, yeah, I did well.
Pat me on the back. Pat me on the back, please. Nice. Well, I'm proud of you, mate. If no one else is, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I mean, like you had an absolutely stellar weekend. I mean, me and Carl were talking, and it's awesome that time after time you are always competing for the top section of the tournament, whether that's LGT or EAGT, UK Nationals. I mean, you're always at the top with Boltons, and I think that's an amazing testament to your player skill, man. That really is. I think you should be definitely proud of that.
No, thank you so much. You know what? It was quite nice personally to do it again, because after UK Nationals, it was slight imposter syndrome. Like, did I get lucky matchups, or well, was it pure luck? And then to go unbeaten in the final again at this sort of caliber tournament, really, especially after the season change, trying to quickly revamp it. Yeah, really, really good feeling. I really enjoyed myself the whole weekend. Brilliant weekend.
That's awesome. I mean, Nick done really well. No, not taking anything away from me. He had a great weekend, but for me, it would have been the absolute peak if you'd have taken that with Bolton. So in a way, I was sort of willing that to happen, because I feel that people on the stream talking during your game with Nick, and they were saying, if Bolton's take this as a grand tournament officially by stat standards, because it's over a certain amount of players, it would be absolutely incredible. And I was willing that to happen for you. It doesn't bother me. It just means to give the trophy to someone different. But it's for you. I wanted that for you. Do you know what I mean? I was willing that for you.
Always a bridesmaid, mate. Never the bride. No. I think it would have. It was like after UK Nationals, everyone was sort of saying, oh, Bolton did so well. Did that make Bolton's good? I don't know, but it would have been really good just for. And I mean, the Bolton Discords are all kicking off, and everyone's it seems quite infused. And why did you run this attachment and this list into this? And everyone's super interacting. So it's yeah. I mean, it's good to show, as always, as I try, that the Boltons can go toe to toe almost with everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when we'll air this, but we're currently recording on the 2nd, so on the Wednesday following, and already I feel there's been definite positive buzz in most of the chats that obviously that we're part of the EAG chats, the Discord and stuff. So I'm really happy that that's created a buzz there as well, especially around yourself, around the Bolton stuff, because I know that it's got a lot of people. Carl and Naz obviously in the chat have been discussing NCUs with you. And it's great to hear people excited about Boltons.
It's amazing. And I mean, I'm sure we'll touch on it at some point or whatever, but there were 5 Bolton players, man. We weren't the lowest faction. I think we were 4th lowest, and we did well, across the board. So it was really cool to see that. And all the Bolton players came together, after the event. We were all chatting over a beer, and it was like the little miscast family members sat in the corner,
Yeah. I said to well, you guys were sitting outside, and it was really great. I mean, was that the first time you've met Johnny Ball? Was that, or you played him before?
I think so. I think it's the first time I've properly met him. I don't know if I've accidentally bumped into him at events or something, but it was the first time I knew him as J Bone, and he knew me as Dan G, and we spoke to each other about it. But yeah, he was mint. Brilliant guy. So it was lovely to meet him and see his army.
Yeah,
What an army!
yeah. I mean, because that's what I was excited about as well. Is the fact that if it's not you winning best in faction Boltons, it's normally Johnny winning best in faction Boltons. So I thought it's quite nice now. We get to see the best of the best. A fight, playing death.
Who's number one? We both. I mean, he finished 4-2 as well, which was mega. So we both smashed it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Obviously, because so where I was going with that is that you guys are sitting outside in Saturday evening discussing stuff about Boltons, and I was sitting down with next to Oliver. I think it's Baldman. I think is his name. And I jokingly said to him, "I look at this. Look, this watching two Bolton players talk tactics is like listening to children talk about cardboard fortresses." And but it was a grave error because he was also playing Boltons at the weekend, and he went, "Well, I play Boltons."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh."
Oh no, you dropped the Bolton party, mate. Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 of us out there who played Boltons, all chatting smack. So it was it was good.
But it's good though, man. I really think, I personally haven't been to a tournament where there's been something like that, where there's been an accumulation of Bolton players talking about Boltons, and it was actually really interesting to listen to. So that was amazing, man. It was a really good atmosphere.
It was brilliant atmosphere, and I mean, I think 2 or 3 of the neutral players were running pretty much Bolton lists, just for different deck, and we were all talking about stuff and Flayed Man, and it was really good. It was really, really cool.
Cool. Okay, man. Well, let's get into the weekend though. So the tournament then, how did it go for you?
I honestly, the first 5 games, I mean, game 6 was great as well, the actual final, but the first 5 games were so good. All of them were really, really, really close. Some of them by a point, round 5 leading by a point, and it was squeaky bum time. All 6 of my opponents were incredible. A couple of friends I played, a couple of people I've known before, made some new friends, played on stream twice. Just the games were so close, so good, and really, really rewarding. The weekend, the whole weekend itself was amazing. Between like all of like the food bits and the beers and seeing old friends, making new friends, seeing you guys again, being on the stream, it was just all the entertainment was so much fun. Like the quiz was brilliant. Your intro video, just the I'm gonna call it class that you guys put into like just everything. The awards, oh my god, all the trophies were so cool. The little cards, the dice trays, all that sort of stuff. Incredible, and the plethora of stuff that was out and about. The little banners, or how you decorated the hall, just the whole thing. It was one of the best events. I mean, it was up there with the UK Nationals last year and the Invitational. It is like the best events I've been to. It was just all round really, really good. And I really hope you have a little rest and then you do another one.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of work, and it has been quite taxing. But I said it multiple times, and I said it once on stream prior to on the list reveal. And I've repeated it quite a few times since, and I'll repeat it because I totally believe my words when I say, if you guys played Star Wars Legion or another game, I'll be running that tournament, because that's my opportunity to hang out with you guys. It's such a great community. I love Song of Ice and Fire. I think it's probably one of the best rank and flank games I've ever played. I really enjoy it myself. I enjoy watching it. I think the IP is incredible, but the community just tops all of that. And I think if something would drive me to run it again next year, it'll be the fact that I can do it again, tell the missus it's work, but actually go and hang out with our mates for the weekend.
It was amazing, man. Like the community was so good. Seeing like what you just said about me and J-Bone, like me and each other, and like we know each other as these stupid online aliases, and then you get to meet the bloke or woman behind it, and it's just meeting all these people you see on Discord, and it was and old friends catching up, and it was amazing. So yeah, appreciate it. It was really good.
Awesome. I mean, when I look through the games you played at the weekend, I mean, this is, for me, it's almost like fantasy football. This is the dream team of games that you want to play. Like, you play Tom Lent in the first round, you play Colin Collar in the second round, Tom Sims the third, Michael Tidball in the fourth, Steve Butler in the fifth, and then Nick Keys in the sixth. I mean, that's completely random, but that's amazing that these are the people who play, because I've played all of these people. I don't have played Tom, but I haven't played Nick Keys, but I played the other ones, and absolutely great games. So winning seems to work. Winning gives you good games, apparently.
All my opponents were amazing. It was really funny when we were sat round at the start when you had the intro video on. Tom Lenton, and we're good friends. He turned around to me and looked at me, and we're pairing up for round one, mate. And then you drew the pairings, and we were like, oh my god. Then you had to redraw them because the club. I think there was one club pairing, and we were both like, please keep us together. And then we still got it. And out of like the 60 people there, we managed to get each other. And we haven't played since both of it was his first event ever and my second event ever.
Nice.
Brilliant. To play Tom again is really weird, actually. It's getting weird. So I've played Tom against his Giants on the final game of day one at 2 LGTs, and now this.
Yeah.
Giants versus me. What are the chances? Every time the same.
Yeah.
To play Steve again. I haven't played Steve in ages, and I love Steve, old man Steve. He's brilliant. I've bumped into Michael.
Yeah.
And we've spoken, and he's quite a young fella, and he's just getting into the game, and he did really, really well. So it was great to play him. And I mean, Colin, I've seen Colin about, and I think we've bumped into each other now and again, but he was class. He was one of the Bruces. He was such a funny guy. And then obviously Nick was lovely. We've known each other through the Wardens of the South lot. So to finally play each other, we've said to each other each event, oh, see you, that'll be nice to pair up. So to play each other, it was great. All the games, I can't fault any of my opponents. It was really good.
That's awesome, mate. That's awesome. So obviously, you say you played on stream twice. So it'd be quite nice to sort of, not in depth, but just go through some of the streams of the games. Obviously, because we can talk. I'll tell you what we do first. Can you give me your best part of the weekend game wise? Obviously, not outside the social side. The actual, what was the bit that sort of got you buzzing the most? Which I know is a tough question because you're always buzzing. But what got you buzzing the most?
Buzzing the most.
Was there a moment in the game that you thought, like, this might swing it?
I think I'm going to pick two moments if that's cheeky.
Yeah, go.
There was one of them was that sort of buzz, and the other one's like a rules thing that I've never actually managed to do. So against Colin, actually the game on stream, I managed to do a spread fear for 5 damage because it was intimidating and spread fear. And then I played what's it called? Fear keeps man alive, and Roost was in short range, so I managed to heal 6 off of I think it was a horrific visage into spread fear into that. So off of his own attack, I think it was a horrific visage, but off of his own attack, I managed to heal 6 across 2 units, and it was just like that was maximum. That was the max you can do across 2 units, and I healed both Blackguard units back up to full. And I think you can hear him on stream being like, "Oh shit, that was pretty bad, wasn't it?" Like, and I was like, "That was so cool." I really enjoyed that as sort of a rules. And then I think the game against Steve to be the unbeaten one in the final, he played so well. He played really tactically, and it was close. I was sort of winning the war but losing the battle, and then managed to win by a single point on the last turn. And I genuinely thought I'd lost for most of the game, and it was so close. And to get into the final was one of the unbeaten 2 with that last turn by 1 point was just, and how well he played and I played, and just that was so good, rewarding. But yeah, sorry, that wasn't that quick. But
no, it's fine, mate. It's fine. Yeah, because so just on both of them. So I'll put the stream on screen now for you so they can see it. So when that happened, that not only healed both of you of Blackguard up to full health, it healed them up to full health in the center of the battlefield. So all of a sudden, these half-damaged Blackguards then just sprout back up again, and it reinforced the center. And I thought, that's a hell of a Bolton thing of doing it, pretend to be dead, and all of a sudden just reappear again. And all of a sudden the breath in line just locked in the middle.
It was, right in the middle on an objective. It was, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Colin. Sorry.
That's right. Mate. He made up in the following evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And against so when you were playing Steve, I was obviously streaming the top table, because at that point it hit the stage where we stream top table. The last 2 games you always stream the top table, so because people want to see like the sort of that evolve into the highly competitive side of it. And it was Mickey versus Nick Keys on the top table at that point. But I said to James, how's Dan getting on? He went, I don't think he's doing too well. He said he's put loads of tokens out, and then did Steve play the card that just wipes all the tokens away?
What is that? Who wrote that? Honestly, I feel like I know a lot of things in this game. I play it most weeks. I play against a great load of people at my club, and everyone plays different armies and are really knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And we have loads of Renly players, loads of Baratheons. And I turn 1, I got out 5 tokens. I had Seeing Their Flaws, Whispered Threats, Dreadful Prisoners, and a Reek. Sorry, 6 tokens.
Yeah.
And he just went, we're going to take this zone and just pick them all up. And I genuinely, my jaw dropped. And I said, you what, mate? Are you taking a piss? Like, is this Steve having a funny Steve moment? Like, he's quite a cheeky fella. And I genuinely had to get him to read out the card and be like, what the hell? And then next round, I think I got Seeing Their Flaws again and got loads more tokens out, and he had 4 tokens. He bloody drew it again. So we'd taken off 10 tokens in the first 2 rounds. I was feeling really good then, because I think he had like 2 blocks in the middle, and Roos was sat on the objective in the middle. He had a vulnerable and a panicked. It's like, cool, he's going to charge me with -5 horrific visage, panic token, fine. Vulnerable to shoot him back, fine. All gone. Immediately changed the type. And I told everyone about that after the game. Sorry, Steve, if I bored you to death, but what? But now I know. But that was so funny. I genuinely was shocked.
Yeah. I see, because obviously, you guys really have quite reliant on tokens. They're just giving you a card to allow you to put out more tokens. Then just have some guy wipe out by taking a zone is brutal.
I wish that just that 10 seconds was streamed, just so I could watch it back. How awful I must have sounded. It was so funny.
Awesome.
Oh, that was so stupid.
Cool. So we'll go. Let me just grab up the one of the streams. So we've gone through one of the key moments in the game of Colin. So we don't need to cover that too much, but and we probably don't need to get into it to loads of detail, because it's going to give you like PTSD. But
yeah,
the game against Nick, I mean, it started so well, and like in the center, and I'll put it on the screen now, when you were locked in with the Iron Makers and the Iron Victory crew, and they're going down, and you got rid of the Iron Victory crew with a rear charge from the Flayed Men, and I thought, you know what, this Dan could have this. And then obviously on the stream, people are talking like, we're going to see Balon go, At this point, Balon had already activated, so he wasn't going to bring back the unit. But then you got rid of the Iron Victory crew as well, and it's just something needs to happen with Balon. Something does need to happen with him, because it's. Do you know what? If he brought that unit back on in his own deployment zone, I think you still would have had the game. I think it would have been close. I think you still would have taken that. But it's the fact that he come on behind you, it completely disregards all of the moving side of the game, and he just rolls your line from behind. And that's just. I was gutted for you. Even if you.
Yeah.
Go on.
I obviously nerf Balon, but if he came on from his own board edge, that would be better. But I knew Balon was going to happen, and then just like a little asterisk about me on round 2 being like, oh, they're unactivated, I don't want a Balon. I was an idiot. I was a Greyjoy player. I should definitely know that Balon activated, but it didn't matter. Because Roos survived his activation attack.
Yeah.
So I lost 1 wound from thinking that. So I know that was stupid, and everyone on stream being like, "Oh, Balon's activated, you idiot." It didn't matter in the end, but thank God, because if that did matter, and that's on YouTube for the world, that's embarrassing. But yeah, Balon. He's really good. The points increase when they gave everyone free attachments was a stupid change. I do think so, like from his own board edge and stuff, but I don't think he was the reason I lost ultimately. I think there's a few really small things before that which we can go through if you like, which I just think were the more pivotal moments that maybe people wouldn't see or appreciate. But from my view, I don't know what Nick thought. I don't know what you guys think watching, but
well, the thing is, we're gonna be interviewing Nick as well, so I'll get his side of it. But it'd be nice to hear what you thought, because this is, I'm doing these videos now because I want to sort of do a debrief of the weekend. But ultimately, this would be nice for people to hear what top end competitive stuff in UK, what people are thinking, the way that they see the game unraveling. So yeah, go ahead, man.
Sure. Well, yeah, stop me if I start ranting about stuff. But I when I knew I was playing Nick, I knew it'd be Vic. He actually came up to me like when we were waiting for the pizza or whatever, and was like, "I'm using Vic," and it was like, I know you are, mate. You've got 3 units. So I think that's the first thing. He's got he's got 2 units in his list, one for Balon of IVC, the Iron Victory crew, which are immune to panic. They also pass panics when they're engaged with a unit with the same or more ranks, whichever way around it is. So immediately he's immune to horrific visage on the charge. He's immune to cavalry until I kill 8 models. Okay, so I know he's doing that. It's like a Stark player playing a unit which automatically passes all saves from melee attacks. Like, I can't use my cards, I can't use my damage. I knew he was using it. But the IVC were okay because I killed one of them fairly easily. I could have killed another, but so I knew he was taking that. I knew it was going to be a really difficult game just from the pairing. But I think my list selection, I had a lot of people be like, "Why did you run the cavalry? Because you could run around them." But like I just said, I have to kill 8 dudes on the charge to then proc that panic. At least with Roos, I've got seeing their flaws. I've got the ranged unit. I still have a unit of cav. Blackguard, if there's no horrific surge, fine. They're still free up saves. I can plug him in the middle, weaken some stuff, and they'll still live. So that was my choice on that sort of thing. My game plan really was he didn't have Roderick, he didn't have Wendermere, and he didn't have Mokoro. So the cards are going to be slow. He's not going to get the good cards out immediately. I can play a little aggressively. By aggressively, I mean put 1 unit in the middle and everyone else can sort of hang back. I was wrong. He drew assault orders, rush of aggression, we do not sow, finger dance, and one other on turn 1 with letters. He literally said to me after the game, he's like, "I drew the best hand I could turn 1," and I was like, I should have split the deck better. But so immediately that went out the window of. I was thinking maybe Roos would take 1 or 2 attacks. He took 3 or 4 that round. I think what really lost me a big part of the game was the terrain roll-off. Losing the train roll-off was huge. I was gutted because if I won it, I put Palisade in the middle, and now the whole game's different. My bowmen don't need to move off to that side where they got charged by Balon. They hide behind the Palisade in the middle of the board where Balon doesn't immediately get to them. Then overrun into my other Blackguard. It just changes that whole thing. I think one huge thing which was slightly unlucky for me. I know it sounds like a lot of complaining, and I think I'm quite a positive guy. But there was just a few little unlucky bits like card draws. I wanted one of my 4 healing cards, either the 2 cruel methods or the 2 fear keeps a man alive, because both his Iron Makers failed crit panics for 4 damage with intimidate both times. So on Bruce's unit, that's a 5 heal. Cruel methods is immediately spend a panic token long range, 4 heal. If I got that off at any point, one of those, 2 of those, I drew, I think I needed it by turn 3. So I think I had a letters and maybe 9 cards. I should have got one of them, and if Roos is on 5 or 6 wounds in the middle, if I got both of those cards, that's back to maybe 9 or 10 models. Newt doesn't kill me on that charge. My next gene, I'm then shooting with bowmen. I'm not spending it to nick the horses to run into where Balon's going to be. I'm spending the horses to swords, and then swords again, and I kill the IVC. I think my panics, we joked about this in the group chat earlier, I'm on a 4-up panic in the middle, and I fail 2 or 3 of them.
I've never known anything like it. Never known anything like it.
or I rolled a 3. I think he took 4 or 5 damage. So combine me actually passing a 4-up morale check with a heal card, Roos is still going good in the middle. I was quite fortunate, I'd say, to get seeing their flaws early on. I think Vic actually passed his first panic with the seeing their flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So you can argue if it was super huge or not. The tokens were really big. The tokens were good.
Yeah.
And yeah, the panics were good. And then I think the fight over on the side, I did well to get the Iron Makers with the flayed men in the bum. That was really cool. That was I agree with you. When that happened, I was like, cool, this is swinging in my favor now. If I can get the momentum, if I can draw like cruel methods. I think you can hear me on stream draw my card to round 3 and be like, nope, not the card I want. And like the flayed men, I attacked the Stony Shore Pillagers. I think the first roll he had 5 saves. He made 3 5-ups because I had harsh punishments on them. Made 3 5-ups. The second attack, he made 2 5-ups with a vulnerable, rerolled both of them to 2 5-ups. He passed the first 2 panics with a panic reroll, and then the last panic, he rolled a 1 on a damage, rerolled it into a 1. So if I did, out of all of those, 2 more wounds, that's a 3-point swing at the end. Even if that was the last activation from me, that would end on a standard loss, which is sort of what I was going for. I was going for a standard or a minor loss.
Yeah.
If Roos would have stayed alive in the middle and Balon had to come in, and he probably would have come on the flayed man side, maybe, because they were right next to the edge, and Ramsey could have reached. They were the big ones for me. Roos dying, him getting his mega cards when he didn't have Roderick or Wendy or any of that, and me not getting the hills. The Palisade, really, though, even with all the rest of it, I think if I got the terrain roll off, it might have been a slightly closer game. But yeah, I think I played okay. I forgot the Balon bit. I moved to the side. But it just felt like there was not much I could do in terms of like getting those cards. We don't have an NCU to get cards. I could have maybe got letters earlier, and just like the saves on the Stony Shore Pillagers. And I like, apart from all his stupid many attack cards, I think he played Finger Dance and Iron Price on his Stony Shores, and that was it. Everything else was the mega cards. I had a Flayed Man Sustained Assault. He had We Do Not Sow again when he didn't kill my bowman. Luckily, he drew it again, so he could kill my bowman, overrun, and that was game over. But I just felt there was not much I could do, and it just felt like he charged me 5 times, and I died. I think he did well with his deployment, taking the 2 edges and sort of holding on to them. But yeah, and it was over really quickly, and I got to see everyone else's games. But that was my thoughts on it. I don't know if people agree or they think I'm just moaning, but I think
no, I think you've hit most of it. The stuff that I was going to talk to you about, you've just hit spot on. I mean, having 2 We Do Not Sows to get rid of your bowman was brutal. It means that he can then do overrun, so that card then becomes 2 attacks, and it's But I think you're right. I think there was a lot of dice in the game that sort of weren't falling on averages. I say if you can't,
and you can. You can't blame that all the time. I would have liked, one of the 2, the cards or the dice. And because everything had a billion tokens on it as well, I was re-rolling all these panics and these saves and stuff. It just, one here or there. And like I said before, if I killed those Stony Shore Pillagers last turn, just if the panic got an extra damage and he failed one of the 5-up vulnerables, that's a standard loss. Well, I think we finished 10-7. Cool. More than happy with that. That would have been fine, but yes, alas.
And if everyone listening, if they want to watch the stream, obviously Dan don't watch it. But I'll put a link in the description below. I'll put a link in the description of both games. Both games are great to watch. The Colin game's really good, and so is the game against Nick, which is the final. But that was I think you played well, man. I don't think there's much more you could have done. I think, as I said to you at the beginning, I was willing you to win it because I wanted that for you. I wanted you to win that tournament, and it would have been quite good. One of my faction experts winning the EAG T, either you or Mickey. But I mean, neither came through for me.
I can't fault Nick at all. You know, like me saying, "Oh, we charged me 5 times and he just won." Like, sure, but that's great choice.
Action, yeah.
You know, he beat Mickey. He won all 6 games. I can't, can't fault the guy. He's lovely. He's been smashing the scene this year. I think he won Leeds. He won another tournament. He's absolutely smashing out of the park. Can't fault it. I just feel like if I won a train roll off, got one of my healing cards, and he failed an extra save, I could have actually won it. But cool. It's a dice game. It's a tactical game. I messed up at some point. I could have done something different. It was a great game regardless.
Yeah. How did you feel? Because obviously, like I say, for me, watching the Iron Makers go and the Iron Victory crew go, at that point, did you feel quite positive and the game was in a positive place for you? You feel like you was lurching forward?
Yeah, I think so. I think because I killed effectively his 2 best units, I knew was quite near the back. I know Roos was on like 1 wound, but it's like Newt could fail a charge. Don't worry, guys. He had rush of aggression. He didn't fail that charge. But like he could have not had that, and Roos could have sat on that point. I could have healed if he failed that point. I did feel quite good. Yeah, if I was on 5 wounds maybe from healing before, and I was on that middle point, that's a 2-point swing. He doesn't kill my unit, and he doesn't take the middle objective. And I would have felt really good because I think the bowman killed like 5 of Newt's guys just from shooting in a turn. If I would have done that while engaged twice because of Jin, I would have killed them as well. And I think that would have, and then I would have probably, the game would have continued. I would have killed the pillagers. So I agree. Once I killed the Iron Makers, I was like, woof, okay, that was quite big. Maybe I got lucky on the panics. Again, he made 2 5-up saves then, re-rolled them both into 5s. But I didn't need that because they died. But yeah, I did. I think that was a sort of like, oh, do I have it now? I do find one moment from that game which was really funny. Was he charged me with his pillagers on the left, failed a 2-inch charge. I charged him on the right, failed a 2-inch charge, and we were like, cool, we both done it. That's funny.
Yeah. That was a round 2 as well, was it? That the charges to leave.
I think that was round 2. Yeah. I mean, I can't complain because he failed his as well, but I do think mine maybe was bigger. But he was just there to lock me down with pillagers. I wanted to maybe get a wound onto some Reavers for a big kaboom panic test.
Yeah.
But we both failed literally identical things. Fine. Absolutely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, I honestly, because I people try to talk to me about rules questions as I was watching that game, and I was like, just give me 5 minutes. It's about to go off. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, cool. Okay, man, sweet. I mean, that's pretty much the weekend summed up, really. Yeah, we've gone through the games, we've gone through sort of how you felt about the tournament. So I guess from a very selfish standpoint, if people are kind of, if we do run this next year, the people are contemplating it, what would you say to them to sell the event?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it was for me where I live in Reading, it wasn't at all hard to get to. It was fairly easy, and people came from everywhere. People came from Plymouth, up north. People were coming from all over. It was great. The venue itself, it was in a hotel that you're staying at, so that made it super easy. There was a couple of bars dashed about. You guys did the lunch food, so we literally finished our games, and it was where the room was. You guys did the dinner. We were in the hotel. We just ate there. You guys did the entertainment. The entertainment was so much fun. I didn't actually do any of the axe throwing and stuff. I went and had a look, and then I just went and spoke to some people who were standing around and just got caught up in that and having a drink. And then the quiz was so much fun. You guys did a brilliant quiz with some prizes. Just the little bits you guys put on. Tom's bingo. Everyone the whole weekend was laughing at Brad because Brad brought 4 Tully Cav, and one of the bingo cards was complaining about Tully Cav, and everyone, poor guy, went up to him, was just like, bingo, and it was just such a nice little touch. People like losing units but being like, I don't care, I got a bingo. And the sports stuff, all of the best painting. The prize support was amazing. Rob Grant, who came in, bless him, in last place with the Wooden Spoon, he's one of my local mates. He went away with a starter set, a dice bag, some tape measure, it's like loads of stuff. and he came last. Like, everyone got loads of cool stuff. The clubs thing was really cool. You did these little personalized best in club for groups of mates who would come in and want a little inside tournament. So it was 60 players, which is always amazing. You ended up with 2 unbeaten players in the final.
Yeah.
That competitively is amazing. It was just, the weather was lovely. It was boiling in that room, but there's nothing you can do about summer in Britain. And I mean, you and your little posse, I'm going to say, James, Carl, Tom, whoever else helped you guys out, were all so good at the rulings and shouting at people to put armies out. And it was really well organized, and it was a lot of fun. The intro video was hilarious. The one is on YouTube. That was so funny in a crowded room. Everyone was cracking up, and just, you guys put so much love into it, and I think everyone really felt it and appreciated it. I didn't hear of anyone having a bad time, and even in games, like, I didn't really hear about anyone complaining about roles or games. Just people were just so happy to be there. So go, everyone. If he puts it on again, go to the East Anglian Grand Tournament.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Cheers for that. And so and again, it's all just because we want you guys to have the best time you can, and whilst playing Song of Ice and Fire. So we did touch on then, but we haven't talked about, which we should really cover, is the fact you got nominated for Best Painted Army as well.
Yes, yeah.
Which is
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The standard of armies which are there, and it was funny, I was talking to a couple of the guys at the back, like, Song, you don't need to paint them, they come pre-built, and yet people still turn up with, there are 10 or more incredibly painted armies, really well themed, and to be picked alongside these guys. I know you put the video out of a few of the armies on your turntable. That was really cool to see my own models there. That was really cool. And some of the models were great. And then you did the smaller one, the individual models, the monsters and stuff. And people got prizes for that, for just bringing a single well-painted model that people liked. It was just, there was so much opportunity.
Yeah.
But it was good. I didn't bring my bastard girls, and I think they're my best painted unit. But,
Yeah. I mean, the level of hobby at that time was incredible. Like, I'll give you some. So what we did, so we in our minds, we sort of decided that what we were going to do, how we were going to put together the best painted army, how we were going to make it more than just me making a choice, and make it more than one prize. So we spoke to Artis Opus. They agreed that they'd give us 4 paint sets for each category. But we said, well, the best army, we'll choose 4. So we'll all go around. We won't talk to each other. Me, James, and Steve won't talk to each other about it. We're going to go and choose 4. We're going to take a picture of the 4 that we want. Then we'll get together and we'll see which 4 that we've all lined up on. So it wasn't 4. It was 5. We all came back with like 6 pictures. I was like, I couldn't choose 4. And Steve was like, no, me neither. He said, I've got 5. I went, okay, right. James, what have you got? James went, I've got 3. I went, no, James, you need 4. So he went away and got another one. So it's making sure those were aligned. And then, there was one of the armies that I hadn't chosen, but Steve and James did. But because it was a majority vote on as a free part, it went in there. And actually, it gave us a really nice balance. It turns out we had loads of Northern armies. It was 2 Starks, 2 Boltons, and 1 Brotherhood.
Yeah.
So I can only apologise to the people loyal to Dawn. It just, sorry, I voted for one of his, but
I think Tom's Martel won the best solo model.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Yeah. The love was spread.
Awesome. Okay, man. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. But I've obviously had them up on screen whilst we're talking as well, so people can check out the stuff. But your stuff's really great. Your stuff is very similar to how I like painting, which is that grim, darky, realistic look. So it's really nice. I like it. Cool. Okay, man. Well, cheers for your time, mate. Cheers again for coming to the tournament of the weekend. I really appreciated having you there. Commiseration on the final loss, but I mean, there's a lot of positives to be taken for actually being a final of House Bolton. So, we thinking Bolton's next year, or we mixing up next year?
We'll see. Every time after the tournament, I get home and I look at my other armies, and this time, funnily enough, I look straight at my Greyjoys, and I was like, I could do that. I'll play 2 practice games and then I'll go back to Bolton. So I'll bring the Boltons, I'm sure.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, man. Well, cheers, Cannonball, man. Really appreciate your time. Yeah. Please do like the channel, subscribe to, also like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other videos, other guests from the weekend, giving us a feedback and what their highs and lows were. More highs than lows, hopefully. Take care, Dan.
No, thank you so much. Cheers, Jan. Bye.
Cheers, man.